Thank you for your interest and for taking a few minutes to learn more about the Mirage and Redo It overlay systems for going over existing concrete. These two systems, in addition to the ever-popular patina stain system used for highlighting and antiquing surfaces, are some of the latest crazes in decorative concrete. The Mirage and Redo It systems are proven methods for both resurfacing and texturing old, unattractive concrete, eliminating the need to tear out and replace the concrete that's already there. Over the next few minutes, our training video will bring you up to speed on both these revolutionary systems, as well as our patina stain system, to put you on the leading edge of this growing in-demand trend. First, we'd like to introduce you to some of the products that we'll be using in this video, as well as some of their key benefits. When using either the Mirage Stampable Overlay System or the Redo It Resurfacing System, the surface first must be structurally sound and clean of all elements that could have a negative effect on the bonding of the product. The Mirage and Redo It both require 2 coats of our primer prior to applying our material to assure a proper adhesion. Both systems come in either gray or white cement base, which are later colored when using Stampcrete's liquid colorants. By adding any of the 7 concentrated Stampcrete liquid colorants, you'll be able to offer 14 standard different colors due to the base colors being either white or gray. Some of the equipment you want to make sure to have on site when using the Mirage or Redo It, other than the proper amount of kits and primer, would be the following. As for the stamps, the Mirage system presents some very popular options and designs for the textured surfaces. The Overlay Texturing Stone and Overlay Texturing Slate are what we'll be using in the video, with the Overlay Ashlar Slate also being one of the most popular designs. In addition to the Redo It and Mirage systems, we'll also be showing you how we apply the patina stain system on these floors to really bring out the beauty. The patina stains are available in both 1-gallon and 5-gallon containers with 10 different color options to choose from. During this video, we'll be sealing our projects with the durable Stampcrete Epoxy Clear Seal for our final finish. This sealer not only brings your surface to life, but also preserves and protects the elegant richness of both the Mirage and Redo It surfaces. So, let's get started. All surfaces are going to require individual attention depending on the condition of what you're working with. Here, we're working with some extreme indoor areas to show you just some of the things required for cleaning to get the proper surface adhesion. First, we tore all the old rugs off the surface. Then chipped the tile off the floor to reveal the tar-based adhesive left on the concrete. Next, we used a concentrated citrus cleaner that was suggested by a local supplier to remove this tar. We sprayed the product on, and by giving it some time and mopping it off with warm water, the majority of the surface was bare concrete once again. After that, we used a scarifying machine to get the remainder of the debris left on the surface, and then to open the pores a bit on the surface. In particular, you're dealing with a concrete surface with sealer on it. The sealer must come off by using a sealer stripper or sandblasting the sealer off. Now that we have bare concrete, we'll need to repair any cracks in the surface using our epoxy concrete repair kit. Use a crack chaser blade to clean out the cracks, and then fill with the epoxy kit prior to putting down the primer. Now, if this isn't done, the cracks will come through the surface, causing the job to fail. If there are some areas where the concrete has spalled or popped, just prime the areas first and mix up some of the Mirage material and patch the areas to grade and wait a day before overlaying. Now that our surface is prepped, it's time to apply the primer. The Mirage and Redo It primer is a two-coat system that bonds the concrete to the overlay material, preventing the product from delaminating. You first have to mix the primer by adding 3.5 gallons of water. Take an empty 5-gallon pail and put your 3.5 gallons of water in the pail. Slowly add the powder to the water while mixing with a mixing paddle and 3/4-inch drill. You may need to split the product in 2 pails before mixing thoroughly in order to prevent spilling. Once the product has completely dissipated, you can apply your first coat. The first coat should be applied the day before to create a proper bonding base. Using a roller, you'll notice the primer has a milky appearance when first applied and dries clear. The second coat should be applied approximately a half hour before you want to start putting down your material. Again, this will go on with a milky color and dry clear. Do not put down Mirage or Redo It before the second coat of primer has dried clear, or the white primer will bleed through. Once clear, you're ready to mix your Mirage or Redo It kits. Typically, you want to have 2 people mixing the product with 2 people placing the product on the surface. By doing so, you're able to keep up with each other and you don't have any downtime between the two. You can even start by mixing 4 or 5 kits a few minutes ahead of time to get that initial jump start on the job. For the Mirage mix, first measure out 3/4 gallon of water and dump it into a clean 5-gallon pail. If you're going to be adding liquid colorant, here is where you would add the desired amount to the water. Here we're using sandstone colorant, which requires 4 ounces per kit. Most colorants require 4 ounces per kit with the exception of silver and London gray, which are less. Refer to the technical data sheets and instructions for proper mixing. Once your water and colorant are mixed, add the dry mix to the water and mix thoroughly using a plunge mixer, making sure to get all the product off the sides of the pail. The plunge mixer will help prevent any air from being added to the product, causing problems with blisters down the road. 3/4 gallon of water will give you a thicker mix that will need to be troweled, but you can also add another 1/4 gallon of water to make it more self-leveling. Now make sure to have your spiked shoes on if you're the guys applying the material, since you obviously don't want to wear your boots in this mix. When the product is thoroughly mixed, pour the material out onto the surface, starting in the farthest corner. Use your gauge rake to ensure a consistent 3/8 inch of material, and trowel out any gauge rake marks if needed. At 3/8 inch, a pail of Mirage will cover approximately 20 to 25 square feet, depending on how porous and uniform the existing surface is. Make sure to have a clean pail of water nearby to remove the material from your tool, since it's virtually impossible to remove once it's dried on. Once the material is down, the time required to wait before stamping will vary in a wide range depending on weather and concrete from the job, since you're only dealing with 3/8 inch of material. Never leave the job site once the material is down, since it's extremely sensitive and can start to set up on you at any time. Once the material has set up firmly enough to stamp, you'll need to apply a light coat of liquid release to your stamps. You can also spray a light coat on the surface, just not both, since a light coat will do. If desired, you can also substitute the liquid release with standard powder release to get more variations. Here we used the Jumbo Stone texturing mats that consist of 2 2x2, 3x3, and 4x4 foot pieces in each set. When using this style of stamping tool, you need to remember to always overlap each stamp by about 4 to 6 inches, since it's a seamless pattern. Be sure to tap evenly throughout the surface while staying a little ways away from the edge for a uniform texture. Don't forget to flip-flop the stamp where it's overlapped and tamp there as well. Once the surface is completely textured, you're done for the day.